So welcome back to the series. This is episode 8. I think. I don't know. I didn't even look. I don't know. I just didn't even look. And the thing is that my phone. Not my phone. Okay. So first of all, I'm gonna talk about my voice. Do not question it. All right. I lost my voice on the cruise, and now it just sounds like this, and I think it's gonna be permanent. So it's like really bad. This is like the worst voice in like human history or whatever. But anyways, I wanted to talk about what is it? So I wanted to talk about can I think? Okay, so yeah, no, I'm just gonna stop talking. Let's just get into it. Because we're still focusing on countries breaking away at this point. That's still a thing because I just have to end it early because life, life. So what we're gonna be going over to the green team now. These guys, I said they would collapse soon. They were just not gonna be the first. Obviously, all these other countries collapsed. These guys didn't. So let's just make them collapse. Collapse. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna make these guys collapse, apparently. Alright, so this is the country that's gonna break away. It's this long area. I could see these two uniting over here because they're just like, they're basically in the same area. The only thing that makes them different is that these guys are like stricter than these guys. So, there's kind of like a, you know what I'm saying basically, okay? No, you don't, but you know what I'm saying. Speaking of the green team, this green team over here, they're gonna go on a little bit of a mayhem. So for some reason, they get a little bit too angry. Apparently, I don't know what made them angry like this, but they're just like this. And then, like as the orange team, they're already about to collapse. These guys just run in to take a city, and then take this whole area over here. And then they kind of like walk in for a bit, and then just kind of like sit right here and like move all the border stuff right here. And like these are like, what did you just do? And they're like, you know what? You said that. Too bad. Another city taken. And then they say something else. Another city taken. And they don't learn. So they just get completely decimated because the green team, they're just cooking. They're just that guy. They go up for another city, go up for another, and yeah, as you can see, the green teams are getting decimated. I mean, you're not gonna beat the dark green team. And yeah, capital gets taken, and there's the rest of this happens. Yada yada yada. Oh hey, we're done. So this entire country collapses, and now they own all that. So good job, good job, green team. And then next they're gonna invade another green team, which as you can see, let's be for real, we can see it right here. Yeah, they're getting invaded. So they kind of run in. Now the thing is, they're not the only ones invading, because the green team also invades in there. Now they were working together to do this, because let's be for real, these guys were not surviving. And they just agreed to split it. But the dark green team, they realized that if they were smart, these guys don't have a functional border yet. So they run in and take the capital. They go up against the border, and they were trying to move step over, so it's already going to get broken into. Over here, they set up a pretty good front line and even pushed back a little bit. But, I mean, the green team's already, like, almost down there. They basically start bombarding all of these guys over here. Eventually make a couple of landings. And then it kind of takes two, and now their capital is threatened. Let's check back up on that, because the dictator country is like, hey, look at these guys. The green team is allies. We can get them from behind. And these guys are like, yeah, let's do it. Little did they know they were falling straight into a trap. So they invade and take a major city, cut off. And basically what they're trying to do here is like cut off Crimea. Let's be for real, it's going to collapse. The light green team is heading into. And then out of left field, the dark green team also begins to invade. Because what they wanted to do is that they were going to invade these guys already. So these guys are invading in because they knew they were going to take most of this. They didn't really want this. They wanted the Crimea area. So they basically rush in, take over. And let's be for real, Ukraine would rather fall over to these guys. They also continue to invade up here. They do some really weird war strategies. I don't know. You can't really map it right now, but And eventually, this just gets all split. Dictator gets that, these guys get that, and these guys get that. Now, right now, that's like a war thing. Cause the war's not over yet. They were just doing this, but now they're gonna invade. But these guys, they already knew because they were able to intercept one of the not radio signals. What? One of the messengers. Invading in, taking a city. Then they go in here, take another city, and yeah, they eventually get all this, which basically means they. I mean, okay, who is more? I think, yeah, I think the dark green team has more control over the Black Sea. I think the purple team is up there, but they just got beaten down. And green team is probably gonna beat them as they take another major city, which is actually in these guys' control. So they're already selling. They do make an advancement up here, and they realize, we're just gonna go after these guys. Because why do you need them? They're gonna fall apart anyways. But that becomes a mistake because these guys are able to just run in. So they only get that upper area while the dark green team gets all that. And yeah, let's be for real, the gray team has absolutely cooking. Oh my goodness, they got so big. It's so big. No, don't. I like how there's no major cities up here. It's just all like farms. Yeah, let's be for real. The green team, they're worrying about two-front war. This is probably their more important one. So these guys are only gonna advance a little up here. They do take a major city. And they'll branch out for one, kind of go down the coast. But they are beaten back near the capital, which they probably don't really need because they're already about to fall apart. So all they need to do is just get most of the major cities. Then we see purple team over here, this dark blue purple team. Now the thing is, they actually send in a special ops. So it's this like lighter purple, and they eventually get all that. Now, usually in real life, special ops are usually like the main, guys. So that's why it's like that lighter purple. I kind of like to keep, because this is all considered mainland. This is like the first time a country is considered the area they're invading, not theirs. Still part of the other country, but they just occupy it. Let's be for real. Yeah, the green team's collapsing. Eventually, this is just all given over to them. And then the gray team collapses. Now, of course, this blue team, they don't want to anger the green team, so they just get all of this area, and then they get all of this. Wait, hold on. So now that we got all of that done, let's head back over here. Now, the green team had to worry about occupying that, so they are pushed back a little. But let's be for real, it's not going to be enough. They can't even break into this major city again. They only advance up here. And then way up here, they can't really control it, so it just kind of falls over pretty quickly. And then they invade again, and they're like, let's just make peace. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do. And these guys are like, okay, fine. So as you can see, the green team exploded out. They got what is that, maybe 3-4 times their size that they were originally. As you can see, the green team decimated. The dictator country, I think it's a minimal loss. Now, these both are like puppet states of the green team, so I think, and these guys were allies, so I think it's more of a loss, but I don't think it's a total loss. So they actually gained land down here. They lost land over here, obviously, but this was less valuable than all this land they got. And the green team got Crimea and all that. So how many countries is that? That's 3 total that they just took over. And obviously minimal land gains by nearby countries. Next we need to go to the purple team. Now the purple team is losing presence in the world, as you know. Yeah, they definitely are. The only real country they have an alliance with is... Oh, I don't even know. I don't think they would have one. I would think maybe that these 2 Egypt countries, maybe this light green one, maybe the Reform. I don't even know. I don't think, maybe the teal team too, but I don't think they have a lot of main people that they're friends with. And yeah, as you know, losing presence means that a lot of more groups are going to come up and be like, hey, we have a better way. So they hold an election. Now, the two people that are up there, the two main people, one is a communism guy that's like, you see the success of the green team just now? We can recreate that and gain, like, all of this land over here. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have a monarch that's saying, follow these guys, they're more stability based. And it's getting pretty close. But then another guy comes up and he talks about a new way, one that no one has ever seen before. And whenever the elections run, the third place winner is the monarch, but tied for second place at the same amount of votes. I don't even know how it's possible. Same amount of votes in an election. That's crazy. Is the New Order guy and the Communist guy. So they decided to put the new guy as the main leader and put the Communist guy at the bottom. But unironically, who would have guessed it? The Communist guy got shot, and he's dead now. So now it's only that New Order guy. Well, he is calling it fascism. So yeah, now there's a fascism in the government. Yeah, that's such a great thing. Definitely will not cause any problems with their alliance over here. I think I might actually start adding alliances. I feel like there will be alliances already. Let's head over here to America. America. See, whenever I do that high pitched voice, it will like cancel out. So, they get all this. And yeah, let's just do a time lapse. Not a time lapse, montage. I'm gonna like speed it up showing me doing all the expansion. 3, 2, 1, now. Alright, so that's all the expansion. Now, for me, that was like 10 minutes. But for you, that was probably like 20 seconds, maybe 10. But yeah, I wanted to get that out of the way really quickly because we have something that has to do with expansion. We had to do all this first so that it wouldn't take like 5 years. So over here, oh my gosh, why is my brush so big? So over here, these guys like, wait a second, because they have an idea that you can't see this to this. So they're like, the planet that they're on should not be flat, or the surface they're on should not be flat. So like, okay, so if it's round, something like that, then we're probably most likely on like a sphere. So if I head this way and get over here, I should end back up somewhere near us again. And like, yo, that's a good idea. So they station here, then they send their way out, and they're kind of just following the curvature of the globe. It wouldn't actually look like this. It would actually technically be heading north right now. Because if they were going straight, then it would be like that. So they make a turn, and as they're about to arrive, hurricane, bam! I don't even know, how is a hurricane here? Did it like strengthen like right here and go up like that? But yeah, they veer off course, hit an island, and they kind of, they're completely lost because they think they're the same level as this. So they're like, okay, we're just gonna make another ship. So they kind of explore around a bit and like, oh, look at this, look at that. But eventually it's like, okay, yeah, we gotta head back. So they think they're like around like here. Or technically, because they don't know how far, But you get what I'm saying. They're on the same level. Because they didn't even know that this turn set them off so far. And not to include the hurricane. So they head back. And they kind of just head into like a straight line. Kind of make a turn up. And then they make like a turn down. And that's not, no, I'm not... Another hurricane hits them, like, of course. Hits them off course, flies them backwards, and then they went into the eye, get this way, then they spun around again. Like, they're like, not like a ballerina. And they land on this island. Now, at this point, they think, we are probably on a couple of islands on this side of, like, a landmass that they were already on. So they think they're already right back around the world and then already way back over here. So, like, did we go the wrong way? Because that hurricane might have set us backwards. This was the correct way. So now they just don't know where they are. These guys are like, okay, we gotta figure out where these guys went. So they send more people out, and it's kind of gonna be this thicker brush. And they go on the same path that they should have went on, which would be this, but they went off course and hit that hurt. If they would have stayed on the same course, it would have been the same. And then suddenly, oh, what is this? And around the same time they land there, people are showing up from this Morocco country to claim all this. So they land there and they're like, who are you? And like, who are you? And they tell them about this land mass over here. So there's like a big lore from this. Now the Morocco country are like, we can make profit off this, so we're not going to tell anyone else. Only the government knows, and the locals here, which the locals are trustworthy, right? So they're the only one that know. They go on a ship back, but they decide, you know what, let's take a more northern path. They don't even know which way's northern, so they're like, okay. So they head off, and they're told to just go straight like this. And then eventually land on this island, and they're like, what the heck is this? They come explore it, search around it, and they continue off. And there it is, there's land. So yeah, these guys, they just think they're dead. Yeah, no other way to say it, they're dead. So now these guys know that these guys exist. So now we can get to expansion, which will be pretty quick. I just want to expand every country and then talk about the notable ones. Texas is still a hot spot, so it's going to expand pretty quickly. And over here, they're going to set up a border with the dark green team, which is that. France expands to that. And guys get the rest of all this land and Ireland, and this little piece of land. The brown team has the biggest expansion ever. I think in the series, dictator country gets all that. This land in the middle is not decided on yet. And they just turned it into a new country. And no, it did not sink to the bottom of the ocean. Cyprus is handed over to this light green team. The communist North Danova or whatever gets that. This light purple Japan country or whatever gets all that. This tan African country that took over all the Sahara last episode gets all that. So yeah, that's all the countries in the world expanding. And let's cover a new one really quickly. So we see this huge golden team form in Africa. Now these guys are like unionists. Like these guys work together a lot. And that will probably help once, all these guys meet up with, all these guys. And they've already meet up with these guys, but, the whole world doesn't know that yet compared to, like this Japan, Asia, and then this, African one. But I'm going to end it there. If you enjoyed this video, you should like and subscribe, obviously. Oh my god, I almost just knocked over the desk. Holy. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button. Around that Sigma stuff. And yeah, I'm about to play Fortnite and build some freaking bunkers or whatever you do in that game now. I don't know. But yeah, if you enjoyed, do whatever. I'm gonna freaking shut up. My voice sounds like I'm about to die. Good.